got video going. Oh, man. I'm now recording to a dedicated SSD external for video, and it is so much faster.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Through what, like USB-C connection or?
Straight Thunderbolt. So yeah, USB-C,
nice.
and
nice.
it's running. It runs so fast and so by itself and so non-resource needs, or whatever. It used to be a spinning drive that I did it to, and it's just so great. Oh my gosh, life changer.
Cool.
I mean, I'm all SSD except that one external was the only thing I wasn't SSD with. Now that's out of my life. It's
out of my life.
Out of my life. Man. Okay, chat, here we go. This is it. We're going. So get ready. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
They got good chicken, though.
Shit. There ain't no such thing as good chicken.
The morning stream. Am I still here? Hello?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream for Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett dancing over there. Hi, Brian.
Hello. Welcome to a brand new month, Scott.
Yeah. Man, you got a colorful shirt on. Tell me about this shirt for a second.
This is Jurassic Park. So we got our bug and amber right here.
Okay. All right.
We got
there's
a T-Rex in the middle chasing the Jeep. We've got, is Hammond high enough that you can see him?
Oh, look at that.
Little Hammond.
Little Hammond. Not to be confused with Chamberlain, the other Hammond.
It's our very own little Hammond.
Yeah, our own.
We got
that's cool.
The one with the frilly.
The one that killed Newman. Yeah,
that's right, exactly. And his shaving cream. Yep.
Yeah. He got in the car with Newman and killed Newman in the car.
Killed Newman.
Oh, in the car is the worst because it was shut at that point. Nobody's getting out. Newman gets killed by the thing.
Out. Exactly.
And then that thing's not getting out. So it feasts on Newman and then dies in there. And now you have the leavings of Newman and the decaying carcass of a freaking dinosaur. It's bad.
The leavings of Newman.
Leavings of Newman. Yeah. Well, title's already coming out of the chat.
There's going to be a title right there.
So
anyway, that's my colorful shirt.
I was just going to tell you that if Van was here, he would sit in front of you and look at it like TV. He would just stare at it. He would love it. He wouldn't be allowed to leave the room. You'd be mad if you turned.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
He loves that crap. Oh my gosh.
Cool.
Anyway, we got to see him finally. So he's, the COVID has finished its dark work and passed through the family, and now they are all well and okay. Dylan still can't taste everything normally. Strawberries taste like vomit to him. Yep. What was the other thing that was weird? I think cheese or something's really off for him.
Does the chicken taste like wood?
The chicken probably tastes like wood. I don't know. I mean, that's what the rap gods told me, is that the chicken tastes like wood. Anyway, I got to see him yesterday. It was really fun, and all he talked about was dinosaurs, so your shirt would be very popular with the boy.
If only I could give this to him and let him wear it around, but I'm not going to give him the shirt off my back.
No,
Sorry.
Don't do that. Kevin Chu, who's otherwise known as Icor in our chat room.
Yes.
He sent us an email, and it was right after we had this discussion yesterday about giraffes being a measurement.
Big asteroid. Yeah,
right. The asteroid full of 350 giraffes worth of asteroid space or whatever. And you and I were like blown away that this was even close to a measurement unit. Like, it just seemed stupid. Right?
Yes.
Still seems really stupid to me, but whatever.
Yes, it is.
So Kevin wrote in, says...
But please prove me wrong, Kevin.
Yeah, let's have Kevin prove us wrong. He says, hey, Scott, apparently measuring space objects in terms of giraffes has been a thing since March, when the Daily Mail wrote this article about an asteroid which actually hit Earth. I'll pull this one up real quick so I can read the proper headline. I thought I had it, and I didn't. There it is. Okay. Asteroid half the size of a giraffe strikes Earth off the coast of Iceland just 2 hours after it was discovered by astronomers. So that, I don't know if this is the first time anybody's compared it to a giraffe, but someone else did, so maybe there's some precedence here. He goes on to say there is now even a Reddit group about giraffe measurement, which is over at it's half a giraffe.reddit.com. So if you want to go check that out, that'll give you something.
I mean, just because something's on Reddit, does it make it real?
I mean, it's a good point. Let's see. How old is this? Oh my gosh, there's tons in here.
Really?
Okay. Driving past giraffes at high speed. No, I think this is just anything to do with giraffes. Oh.
It's not just measurements.
Maybe
using giraffes as a measurement.
I guess so. How many fridges make a giraffe? Let's see. A couple of stacks of regular potatoes or one small dog. It looks like what these people are doing is just a lot of weird weight comparisons.
Yeah.
And then some of these are...
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Right. They find these... okay.
So it must be...
Police rescue Ariana Grande-sized alligator from basement.
See, that's good.
Okay.
That's good. Signed me up for this.
Yes.
Now, okay, so what we see here is this is not a scientific measurement. This is a meme measurement that all the meme lords are memeing, okay?
Exactly. So now we're going to be hearing nothing but giraffes for a year until it's not cool anymore to talk about giraffes as a form of measurement.
Yeah. And I think we've already hit this level. We've already hit the limit. We're
Yeah.
I don't ever want to hear it again. We're done. Okay, now I have something very embarrassing to tell everybody.
Okay.
I'm always very open here on the show. What you see is what you get. I am who I am.
Right.
We're not
warts and all.
Yeah, you and I are not the type to put on a bunch of airs or anything. We don't.
Right.
Errors maybe, but not airs.
Yes, we'll definitely put on errors, but
So yesterday, you can't see it on the camera, but right here next to me on the floor is that oil space heater that the fan bought me.
Right.
And it's been awesome. It just radiates nice, even
now
heat.
that you've figured out how to get variations between on, off, and mercury.
Yeah. Yes. On and surface of the sun.
Right.
This has a very nice slow build. It's got settings to keep it right where you want it. The whole room just sort of gets the warmth, it's just nice. Anyway, been very happy with it, but because it's right here, and the reason I have it right here is easy access while I'm recording the show. If it get too hot, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go turn that down, turn it up, whatever. Kim comes in here last night while I'm doing Play Retro with Brian Dunaway, and she has in her hand a submarine sandwich. Okay.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it was one from Jimmy John's. You
didn't buy it from Submarine Way?
No, I did not.
Okay.
However,
Jersey Mike's Submarines?
I did. We did go to Jersey Mike's the other day. It was really good.
I like a good Jersey Mike's.
I don't think I told you that story, but we went there and we had a coupon for buy one, get one free. And because Kim is a psycho and wants to help everybody and make people happy, she gave a $10 tip to the kid up front. Because after doing that, it was still less than what we would have paid for these two subs. So it's just a way with Kim. If we're going to save money, she'll figure out a way to spend that money, usually for good.
Right.
For good. I don't want to make it sound like it's crazy.
Yes, exactly.
So she gave a $10 chip to this guy. And then I just kind of watched out of the corner of my eye because I could tell what she was doing. Just kind of watching what happened after that. He looks at that money and looks at her and says something, I don't know what. And then he walks toward the back and he sees the manager and he grabs him and whispers in his ear, "Sabba, sabba, sabba." And the manager looks over at us and sees me and he nods at me like this. He goes, like this. Just gives me a nice slow nod. And I'm like, wow,
nice.
We must have that $10 must never happen here at the Jersey Mike's. So they end up giving us cookies and we're super nice as we walk out of there. So some good karma over there at the Jersey Mike's, turns out.
Clearly. That's nice.
Except they must get frustrated because they have the Mike's Way where they say, you want it Mike's Way, which is like everything on it. They had an old guy there who he goes, all right, sir, do you want this Mike's Way? And he goes, oh, yeah, definitely Mike's Way. Except could you take off the thing and add this and then remove that? I'm like, no. Mike's Way means...
Count me as that, because the Mike's Way, listen, it's a lot easier to say Mike's Way, no juice, than to say, give me lettuce, tomato, onions, this, that, the other thing. But I can say Mike's Way, no juice, and then they leave off the stuff that makes my sandwich soggy before I even get the damn thing.
Like the oil and vinegar, you don't like that?
The oil and vinegar. I don't want the juice. No juice.
I like the juice if I'm sitting there, if I'm staying in. If I'm leaving or doing a pickup, I don't want the juice. No juice for me.
Yeah, no juice.
So
Mike's way, no juice. That's how I say it.
Okay, see, that's
But
good. You have a
That's
method.
better. Right. The old man probably said, "Give me the version that has all 7 things on it, but take off these 5."
Can I substitute beef for chicken? I mean,
Right.
He was just all over the place, and I could see on their faces they were just like, ugh, one of these. But yeah,
That's
it was a
right.
good time.
Yes.
Anyway, back to the thing. So I get this sandwich. Jimmy John's. It's number 14. It's got roast beef and turkey. It's good.
Yes. Sure.
Big fan.
Yeah,
and
that's a
I
good
like
one.
those loaded too. I like all the veggies and, the hot things and all that.
Yeah.
She gives it to me.
pepperoncinis. Uh-huh.
And all I did was open it to see what was in there and then wrap it back up because I'm not going to eat it on the show.
Right.
But I look in there and say, oh, that's my favorite. I wrap it back up and I put it back down. All right, so the show's going. We're like 45 minutes left on the show. And I start to smell the smell of rancid meat or burnt flesh. Something.
Oh, no.
It was a really weird smell. And I'm like, is that coming off of me? What is this? Like, what's? I was starting to worry. This is not a smell I've ever smelled before.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. When I opened the sandwich to check it, a slab of beef or a slice of beef fell out onto that heater and just sat there and cooked for.
You had your own little Korean barbecue going in there, like your own little. Yeah.
I did, and it was foul. It smelled like burnt. It smelled like death in here. It was so bad. Still has a little. The taint is in the air. I can still. Just a little bit. So I guess what I'm saying is learn from my foibles and don't drop food on space heaters. Okay, don't do that.
God.
Could have been worse. Could have been a fire. I don't know. What does beef do after it dries out? Could it catch on fire? I don't
Jerky.
know.
Turns into jerky.
Jerky. My very own little dehydrator jerky machine over here.
Yeah. See, I don't think you would have cooked it to jerky level. You would have just cooked it to black, crusty. Would it have caught on fire? I don't think it would have caught on fire. Not on one of these little space heaters.
No.
Unless,
I don't think it even gets that hot. It's just enough to cook it.
yeah. Does it get up to Fahrenheit 451, Scott? Because that's the key right there. Is Fahrenheit 451.
Oh man, no, I don't think it does.
Okay.
Is that the temperature at which something will burst into flames?
At which paper burns? Yes.
Oh, okay. I forgot that movie or that book thing. Yeah, book.
Yeah.
I guess they've tried to make a movie a couple of times. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Did, and they were working on another one. There was supposed to be another one that was
Oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Yeah,
I remembered the
Did
talk
that get-
about that.
right. Let's see here.
Is he still working on it?
Adaptations, film. Yada yada yada.
Give it a different name or something?
Oh, it was apparently released in 2018 on
Oh.
HBO.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like Free Rangers and Lesarge said, yeah, it came out 5 years ago. I guess it was that. Michael Shannon, how could that thing be bad? Was it bad?
Ooh, 4.9 out of 10 on IMDb. That's not good. Seems low.
That
I
seems
love
low.
Michael
I mean, that's
Shannon.
halfway. What's that was IMDb. What is it on Rotten
I don't
Tomatoes?
know. I gotta take a look here. I love Michael Shannon. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Michael B.
normally
Jordan.
enough to.
I mean, the two of them together.
They're cool.
Look at those 4 names: Michael, Jordan, Michael, Shannon. Is like
Yep.
3 names there really. Because
Yeah,
Michael.
That's
one
true.
is, but
Lots of Michaels in this
lots
thing.
of Michaels.
This is. I'm not sure it's still on HBO. You could probably watch it.
Probably
HBO
if it was
films.
made for HBO.
I like that Michael B. Jordan. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
Creed 3 coming. All right. Watch for that.
Oh, is there really another Creed coming?
Another Creed. Those Creed movies are good.
I have not seen any of them, and I feel bad because I wanted to.
Oh, you really should. They're very good. The first
yeah.
one in particular, I was so not sure it was going to work out. I don't know why. I just was like, come on, really? We're doing a spinoff from Creed or from Rocky, and Sylvester Stallone's in it. It's legit. Those movies are good. Better. I think they're better than the Rocky movies. Someone else just said,
All right,
Tom Norm
okay.
just said it, and I agree. It's better than those Rocky movies, and that says a lot because some of those Rocky movies are great. But this one just felt, I don't know, more real, more grounded. It's got the director of Black Panther did the first one.
Coogler, Ryan Coogler.
Coogler? Is it Coogler?
Mm-hmm. It's Coogler. That's Ryan Coogler.
Googler?
Sure. Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler, yeah. He founded
Hold on.
Google.
Cut. Let me look that up really quick.
It doesn't doesn't sound right in my head. Kugler. I guess you're right, but it doesn't sound right. Anyway, he did that, and then the second one I don't know who did, but that's also very good. So yeah, you should watch Creed.
It's for rent on Apple TV, so I'm perplexed at how I'm going to get a chance to watch the first Creed movie.
It's very perplexing how you're going to get a hold of that. The second one's got your the son of Draco or whatever his name was.
Ivan Drago.
Yeah, Ivan Drago.
And him and the dude himself. And, Lundgren making an appearance in it.
And old Dolph Lundgren is my favorite Dolph Lundgren.
Really?
I think he's so cool old. Like when he was in one of those one or two of those Expendables. Yeah. I just think he's a badass as he's old. There's something about him.
Leathery and I'm with you. Creed 2 also not quote unquote free streaming on the every services that I pay for.
Oh, weird.
But
well, that's
on
perplexing.
the every goddamn service that I pay for list.
You have more than anyone I know. I think you do all of them.
I do. Because it's a tax write-off. I just say at the end of the year, I just tell my accountant, that's all for film SAG.
It's all for film SAG. It's part of the business. I do that with a lot of stuff, so I feel you.
No, I need to be a lot better about saying, all right, there is nothing that we're going to be watching on film SAG or on film SAG that's going to be on HBO for the next month. Let's go ahead and axe HBO. But then I miss Barry. And
you can't miss Barry. Yeah. Barry's great.
I can't get rid of Disney Plus. I can't get rid of HBO Max. I probably could do Netflix and Hulu and all those, but we'll see.
Yeah. And now, I don't know. Then when you say Hulu, I go, but wait, how am I going to get my Futurama? I don't know how I'm going to get it. Yeah, this is how they get you, dude. We're back into Cable Town. Yep, we're in Cable Town again. Speaking of Cable Town.
Cable Town.
Straight from Cable Town, one Brian Dunaway joining us as he does every Monday and Wednesday. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Brian.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
I'm doing fantastic. I've seen a lot of both of you the last couple of days. Not all at once, but it's been a lot of fun.
Pieces and parts of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true. It's been more than usual.
But the thing is, I'm not sick of it. I'm like, why is this not my everyday job?
Yeah. What's going on with that?
It should be.
Yeah, it should really. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Really should be, right? Let me ask you this. Did you finish figuring out how my Series X will play Mario Galaxy 1 and 2? Did you figure that out yet? What's going on?
I actually did. So last night, we talked about this in Play Retro Show, and I actually did, Scott. We had talked in the Retro Show about me doing the developer route.
Yeah.
And then there's another way through the retail store.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried that one last night on my Xbox One S.
Yeah.
And it worked fine.
Yeah.
And I didn't try those particular games that we looked at, but I did try a couple of the games, and they worked fine.
No issues. Yeah. No issues, huh? Okay.
No issues so far. So we're gonna move to the next step, and I've got I think I got all my little notes together.
Yeah.
And we're gonna move forward.
All right, this is gonna be great. I'm playing a freaking an old Nintendo classic on a brand new hot piece of hardware with a controller that was never intended to play that game. I can't wait.
Franken Gaming is what it's called.
Gaming. There you go. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's a show.
That's one of the things I've been looking at too, and been trying to figure out if which controllers, like which 8-bit do controllers that would go into the Xbox, and
the
so then you don't have to use
you don't need to. You just use an Xbox controller.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna do.
That's what you get 8-bit do.
We got you here. We also have a listener on the line. Let's find out who's been waiting very patiently. Hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Jana.
Well, hello, Jana. How are you?
Hey, Jana.
I'm doing awesome today. How are you, gentlemen?
Doing good. Fantastic.
Is this the Jana that only listens to the first half of our shows?
Okay, so here's the thing.
It's the best
when that
part.
was said yesterday, I'm like, no, I'm going to call in for the contest so that I can say, it's not that I don't find it uninteresting. I love the second half of the show. It's just my schedule makes it so I can usually only listen to the first part.
Oh, okay. We were all assuming there was something wrong with the latter half, and that was the problem. But
that's no funny. Brian. That's the problem.
That's
your
the problem with the second half of the show.
No Dunaway.
You get 50% less Brian's. By the way, happy birthday yesterday. Was yesterday your birthday?
Yesterday. Day before?
It was. Thank you so much. And thank you for the cover that Dee asked you to send. It's actually a really good one, and I added it to my repertoire. I'm going to be playing out here locally in a couple of weeks. I'm going to add that to it.
Very nice.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So, wow. All right. You play ukulele like professionally, like in front of people. I play here in my room
but in front
poorly.
of people, yes.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. No, that's awesome. I wish I could do any of that, but not my bag. Well, I'm really glad you called in because we're going to play a game, and we're going to try to win you some prizes. But to do that, Brian Ibbett here has to explain the damn thing. So, Brian, what do you got to do
the
here?
Prizes you could win today. It's time to play the Tadpoley Feud.
Oh,
Somebody,
man.
by the way, somebody wrote in and said they hate the name. They said they hate the name of Tadpoley Feud, and they hate the name of Morning Half-Asses.
Half-asses.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well, they can kiss our asses, and
And then they said, and I don't have social media, so could you please add me to the list of people who can win prizes that Scott and Brian play for?
yeah, on this show that I hate the name of. Yeah.
Exactly. And I said, oh, darn, I accidentally lost your email.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bummer.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's fine. People can like and not like what they want, and that's totally
fine with us.
Right.
You can like the latter half of the show or not.
Exactly,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
totally
Listen,
fine.
Tadpoley rhymes with family, and as Vin Diesel
Does
will
it?
tell us, no, it really doesn't. But it's all about family.
Nice. Well done.
All right. Let's get to this.
Frog Pants Feud.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty
we
good.
can do
Except
that.
I don't know. It's
Frog
just
Pants Feud.
it's just not as
No,
TMS
don't-
related.
No,
You
it's
know.
the Tadpoley Feud.
Yeah, we
It's-
we can't do that because that was
you
given
don't-
into pressure. No, don't
Exactly. Listen, if you don't emphasize the ooh in Tadpoley Feud, if you go Tadpoley
Yeah,
Feud,
yeah.
then it sounds like Family Feud. Right?
What if it's just
Yeah.
There you go.
Tadpool Feud? What if we just got rid of the ooly?
do that. We're sticking with what we got.
Well, we keeping the ool but losing the e.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying?
So just
Tadpool
Tadpool Feud or Tad Feud? No, these are all bad. You're right. Let's
They're all
stick with
bad.
what we got.
What about Ibbett kisses all of us like Richard Dawson? How about
Yeah.
that?
How about that? How
Yeah.
about that?
How about that?
I did
Ooh.
that in Vegas, and we'll never speak of that again.
Nope.
Listen, I've surveyed the
Stays in
Tadpole on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian, you're going to have to predict the answers that they gave us, and it's your job to see how many of those answers that you can guess. Jaina, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian today.
Ooh.
And if your team wins, you get a prize package. Wow, this is an incredible one. That includes Cities Skylines and all the DLC that goes with it. After Dark, Mass Transit, Sunset Harbor, Park Life.
Wow.
All of that and Cities Skylines, all courtesy of Paul Westervelt.
Oh, very nice. Paul, thank you for that. It's an amazing package and the best city builder ever made. Yeah, that's
Totally
right.
is.
You heard
it's
me.
Like I'm really close to just copying these codes out for myself, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to do that. Oh, no, sir.
that is an incredible deal. So,
Yeah.
with that said, let's give you guys your topic.
All right.
We're going to salute the indies today, which is
Ooh.
great.
No.
Okay.
But you don't know what indie what's, right?
Yeah.
Indy
Indy
what?
Jones. Is
Indy-
the Indy Jones? Is that what we're going to be
The
celebrating?
Indiana Jones.
No, put your hands on your buzzers. We had 544 responses to this. 63 people just couldn't be bothered to come up with an answer to this question. Name a comic book series that isn't from Marvel or DC.
No.
Scott,
Hellboy.
Hellboy. Show
Nice.
me the boy of hell.
3.
3. Number 3. 2 answers will beat it. Brian, do you have a guess?
How about nothing good? I have like a million I love. Like, I love Fathom by Michael Turner.
Oh, man. I miss Michael
Okay.
Turner so much. His
But
work
that was
amazing.
that's so good, and I love it so much. But
Yeah.
Tadpoley Feud,
Fathom was
Tadpool's not got
crazy
that.
good.
But yeah, go ahead, Fathom.
Okay, Fathom. Show me Fathom. Yeah.
Oh, first buzz of the day.
Turds.
Yeah, let's see. Actually, did anybody say Fathom? I'm going to take a quick look here.
Just me. I should have went with the more popular of his.
Dunaway, had I taken the
didn't.
thing, I would have answered Fathom. I
Yeah.
loved Fathom.
No Fathom.
I'm with you. All the Michael Turner
If you don't
stuff.
know
His
who Michael Turner is, you need to look up
Yeah.
some Michael Turner. He was
He was amazing. His
Passed
run on
away.
JLA was amazing. His run on
too early.
with the witch, or what's the witch, the girl that had the witch arm? What was her name? Wasn't there a
Wait,
game?
don't say it because that was the other one
Oh.
I was going to go with. That's the more popular one, and
It's
that might
older
be on the
though.
list.
I don't know if that thing's still a thing. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. All right, so we
It was a
win.
TV series and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't think of the
yeah.
name. of it.
Tadpole didn't have a fathom what you're talking about. But Scott, you're going to be working with Jaina. The two of you have control of the board.
All right, Jaina. Last time we played a game together, it was to find out who Hitler was, but today's different. Do you have? I was thinking like Walking Dead's probably on there, but
That's a good one.
Do you have anything else that you would say?
I have a couple in my head, but Walking Dead sounds like a good place to
All
start.
right, let's start with Walking Dead. Let's do that.
All right. Starting with Kirkman's The Walking Dead.
Nice.
Number 2 on the list. Yeah, lots of people know that one.
It's a good one.
Mhm.
Jaina, what do you got?
I'm thinking with all of the other shows and stuff, not just The Walking Dead that have become popular. So what about, this is just coming back, what about The Boys?
Oh, The Boys, duh.
Oh,
I'll bet
that's
this
a
is
good
number
one.
one. Yeah, I'll bet this hits it. Okay, yeah, The Boys.
Yeah,
It's got to be
good
on the
timing
list.
on this one. Let those the new season coming out soon.
Yep.
Show me the boys. Boy, that's gonna end up on a mashup.
Oh no!
Yeah, the boys, number 14 on the list. Remember these survey questions. Well, these survey questions were asked last year at the end of the year, where the boys was still season 2 was still popular, so or still familiar or recent enough.
Dang it.
It's all right. That's all right. Let's see what Brian has to say. Brian.
Yeah,
I'm going with more. I guess I'm going to go during the hotness that was the 90s, the big surges. If you're going to say Hellboy, you can't not say Spawn.
Spawn,
I mean-
yeah, that's that one comic by that one guy who put all the webs on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That guy.
That dude. What
Really
did
Drew
stuff?
Spider-Man with way too many webs, and
Mr.
Scott interviewed him,
McFarlane.
and
And then
he
had
has,
to
and
do
he has
his own.
balls.
Mhm.
He has he
Yeah.
bought balls.
Definitely
and,
bought balls. Yep.
Bought balls.
Still one of
show
my
me.
favorite interviews I ever did was with Todd McFarlane. The guy's a brilliant dude.
Great.
I know
He's great.
Todd McFarlane. I'm kidding about
That guy.
All right, show me,
Yeah, his
show me
balls.
Spawn.
Number one.
Number 1 answer on
Yeah.
the board. It's a
Yeah.
great answer, but obviously it's not going to get you very many points. But still,
I'm surprised.
Well, right.
I don't know why. I know
No,
Spawn's still a
TVZ
thing.
gone.
but-
Mike Zeck. Mike Zeck is the guy who can't draw feet. Look it up. Mike Zeck
Right.
can't draw
Right.
feet.
Well, Mike Zeck and what's his name? Deadpool creator. I can't think of his name.
Lieberman?
No.
Oh no, you're talking about Liefeld.
Liefeld.
Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, Rob
He cannot draw
Liefeld.
feet. He can't draw feet either.
His feet are horrendous.
I love
Horrendous
that
feet.
we always
Really?
give him such a hard
No,
time.
he's one of those guys that like he created Cable and Deadpool and some amazing X-Men stuff, and like before he even went to went over there to Image and stuff, he just had all kinds of great creations. But his actual art, all over the effing map, it's just bad. I feel bad for him because he's a good creator. He just can't draw worth a shit. But whatever.
Yeah, Mike Zeck's feet just basically turn into like table like chair legs. Like they're just straight down because he's always got the foot positioned directly at the viewer. So it's like. Meh.
Yeah, it's not good.
But he was the first person to draw the black costume on Spider-Man.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
but
I'll tell you-
that's not at all important right now. All right, so
Of course, it's important. It's always important.
Yeah. All right, so your
Now,
turn,
this is-
Dunaway.
so you still have control of the board, Brian.
Yeah, it's still you.
Well, yeah. Well, y'all won't shut up. Let me get a guess in
quit eating your
edgewise.
Pop-Tarts in the break room, and
I'll have you know I had grilled chicken breast from KFC, and I'm drinking an unsweetened tea right now.
oh,
very
good.
nice.
Look at you.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Anyway, I'm gonna go with one I didn't discover until much later in the series, Saga. I love this.
Saga.
By Brian Vaughn and Fiona Staples.
Staples, yeah, it's so good.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's
I had some.
Scott got me into that by sending me the first graphic novel, and I was like, I was hooked.
God, it's
from
so
that
good.
point on.
it's
It is
so good. It's coming back,
Great
right? There's new
characters.
ones
Yeah.
or something.
Well,
Yeah.
there's new still. Yeah.
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 All right.
Well, they took a
All right.
huge break. It was like 7 years
Yeah.
of nothing, then bam.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
All.
Yeah.
We all took a big break. All right, show me Saga. We have ourselves a tie game right now.
Look at that.
Brian's got 4 and 1. Scott's got 2 and 3.
Damn. All right.
Now this is
Scott
where
and
it's going to
Gina.
get this is where it's going to get interesting because a lot of the rest of the stuff I know is really, really indie, and I just don't know, except
Super
for one
obscure.
that we talk about this the other week, Scott. We talked about. I'm going to go with. Even though I think it started out as part of. Now I'm getting confused. Was it? Oh my Jesus! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
Teenage Mutant
Didn't
Ninja
they
Turtles?
separated
No.
from everything?
Right, they were on their own when they started out. I don't think
That's
did
it.
they ever become part of. I don't think they ever became part of Marvel or DC.
no, I think
Right.
IDW.
That was the
maybe?
rub. They refused to, because
Yeah.
they wanted to do their own thing. And
It was like initially intended just as a parody of Frank Miller's Daredevil.
Yeah.
and,
Right.
and then blew up from there.
And
Just
that
totally
first,
blew up from
that
there.
first comic, the black and white one, super
Yeah.
dark. That thing is not
It
what,
is.
not
And
what
I've
the
actually
turtles are
got-
now.
so violent and so cool.
I've got a second edition reprint of it, so it's still it was like less than a year after the first edition sold out, but it's not nearly worth as much as the first edition, obviously.
Sure.
All right, show me Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Number 6.
That's good points.
Turtle power.
You doubled your score +1 there, man.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Good for me.
No, bad for you. Bad.
Oh, bad
Good
for
for
me.
you, bad for Jaina.
Yeah, bad for James.
Oh,
Good for you.
sorry, Gina. So yeah,
I'll remind you, Brian, you don't get the prizes if you win. So
yeah, but I get to say aha.
sure.
That's true.
How about Bone? I'm going with Bone.
Bone.
Oh yeah, Jeff Smith's Bone.
Yeah,
Jeff
just
Smith
Smith
Bone.
Bone. I saw my Bone artwork just the other day.
Yeah,
Had some
Bone art
stuff.
work.
By Steve Hammaker, friend of the show, Steve Hammaker.
Yep. That's right.
That's right.
All
Follow
right.
him on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, show. All right, let's just say it. Show me Bone.
Show me Bone, baby. Oh, come on. Come on, Tadpole. I thought y'all were.
number 11, seriously, just outside the top 10.
Bone is fantastic. So.
It is. It's so good, and all ages, good for anybody.
Sure.
Yeah. And seriously, Steve Hammaker, he's on Twitch. Follow him. He's
He's
fun
great.
to watch.
I got to stay at his house. Well, I ate at his house. Didn't stay there, but it's
You
super
stayed
nice
there
guy.
long enough to eat.
I ate some really good food that his wife made.
Did he know you were there?
Yeah, he knew. He invited me there.
Well, good.
He's an awesome dude. Really cool guy.
He drew that version of me that's on the uncoverville.com up in the corner. That's
There's also a really
yeah.
cool image of you and I both. He did a TMS combo one year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I do. I know that one. I don't know
thought
if I
you'd
know that
seen
one.
it. If you haven't seen it, I'm derelict in my duties here.
Yes, please underelict yourself and send me a copy of that.
See if I
'cause
can
I'd
find
love
it
to see
real
that.
fast because it's really
okay.
cool. It's not as fast as I'd hoped.
That's
all right.
all right.
Well, I'll look for it later. It's very good.
Yeah.
All right. So back to me and Jaina.
That's right.
Down by the schoolyard. All right, Jaina. What do you say? What do you think? What do you? I've got one, but I don't want to say it until I hear your awesome idea. Do you have a good idea?
No, that's kind of where I'm at too. I have a couple. I'm a
Hit the big
little
ones.
trigger shy though.
I know, same. I'm feeling like a little nervous about it. All right, you know what? Let me throw this one out. Everyone loves Judge Dredd. I feel like Judge Dredd's got to be on here.
Oh, that's an excellent one. I forgot about the European market. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just worried that.
AD 2000.
Yeah, when that
There is-
movie,
yeah, all right.
the movie with freaking what's his name, the newer
Sylvester
one.
Stallone.
No,
the
no,
newer
no.
one, the one with
Can't think of his name.
right.
Joel
Joel
Urban.
Kinnaman.
No, dude from that,
No.
that was
Oh,
that was,
no,
Ro-
Urban,
that was
Carl
RoboCop.
Urban.
Carl
Yeah.
Urban,
Yeah,
yeah.
from the boys.
I was thinking RoboCop was Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah, that was RoboCop.
Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Thing
Yeah.
over the face.
Yeah.
And much better than the original version.
I actually really liked both of these movies. They're both. I know the RoboCop one's controversial, but I actually really think it's pretty good.
I do too. Yeah.
But anyway, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Judge Dredd
Sure.
himself.
All right.
Yeah,
Show me Judge Dredd.
please.
Oh, come on. That was a
Sadly,
great one.
Number 19 on the list. Yeah, that was a very good one.
Frick.
But,
All right. Well, Dunaway, it's yours to lose now because you have more checks. You have less
Oh,
X's
do I
than
only have one X? Okay.
Yeah.
only one
One
X.
X, give it to ya.
Oh, I just
See-
thought of one. Dang it.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah,
What
but
is
I'm
it?
not nothing. You go ahead. You just,
What is it?
No,
What is?
I'm not saying.
I'm just going to start naming people I've talked to on Comics Coast to Coast and interviewed. I'm going to go with Scotty Young. I hate Fairyland.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah,
this
see
is going to
this?
be on here. Do it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, there's no way it's going to be on here, but I'm kind of out of good answers, so I'm just
Clearly.
going to do stuff that I like.
All right, show me all that stuff that Brian Dunaway just said.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, I hate Fairyland. Scotty Young.
I know. He's the guy who told us how to read comics, how to
Yeah,
understand
He
comics.
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And he did. He's great. He's great.
All right, I
I
like
think
him a lot.
that's through Image, I believe.
I'm
And I'm looking to see if
Is he on the
I'm
list at all?
amazed that that's not on here either. Because, nope.
I haven't read it.
I'm not surprised. Like I said, it's kind of niche.
I'm sorry, Lesarge, you're absolutely right. That is Scott McCloud. I'm thinking of How to Understand Comics. Not
Oh,
Scotty Young.
No,
Scotty
yeah,
Young
yeah.
does the
But
really
Scotty-
cool little chibi-looking artwork of
Didn't Scotty also do
characters.
a book though? I thought he did an art book too. Did he not?
I don't know.
I'm sure he has because I love his art. I've got a
This-
bunch of Scotty Young pins.
The Scott McCloud book where he basically talks about composition.
Everything.
Like frame composition is one of my favorite things. It's so good.
It's
Yeah.
it's a must
There's
read.
a Marvel
if you...
coloring book of Scotty Young stuff, which is just awesome. It's my favorite.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah,
I would color that.
love his
Um,
little character, chibi-looking characters. Yeah.
I really feel good about the one I thought of while Brian was thinking. So I'm going to
Okay.
say it and hope that Jaina and I are victorious with this one.
Okay.
Scott Pilgrim, please.
Oh, that's
Scott
a great
Pilgrim
one.
versus The World.
The World.
The World.
You need this. Like, you need this to stay in the game.
I know.
Because
Oh, no.
Brian
Well-
is currently leading, and this is your
Oh,
last
no.
chance. If you get a strike here, then the game is technically over.
Please be on here.
All right, show me Scott Pilgrim versus The World.
That's
Please.
a really good one though.
Please. Are you
Oh,
kidding
come
me?
on!
Number 13 in the list.
How can that be?
That was a really good one though.
That was a really good one. Yeah.
What about? Before you pull it, I'm curious. Was Invincible on there?
Oh, right. Oh, well, Dunaway still. You have slots, Dunaway. Do you want to try one?
I mean,
Yeah.
he's already
I'm-
won.
That's
I'm
true.
curious. Is Invincible on there?
Yeah. Number 5 is Invincible.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That makes sense.
Let's.
Wait,
we'll go
wait. Can
through-
I guess another one?
Oh, sure. Oh, now you can
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, now we can guess. Now
Can
we
I
can
guess some more?
Yeah,
Sure.
do it.
I remember Nicole Spag when I visited them. Mark was reading something that he recommended, and I know a lot of people love it. It's called Chew.
Oh, Chew is
It's,
so good.
Yeah,
Chew
that's
is
such a
good,
weird comic.
Yeah.
Or Chew is, I haven't read Chew, but Chew is not. Here we go. Let me just make it official here.
Oh.
Chew. Only a couple people said Chew.
How about Axe Cop? Is that
20. Oh, I love Axe Cop. No, here. Let me just. Why don't I just show you the answers that aren't on here? Now, I'm gonna preface this again by saying.
this is it?
This
What
is the
Tadpole said.
tadpole.
Yeah.
What the tadpole said. All right, so let me see number 7.
Oh God, X-Men or something stupid.
I know.
Archie,
Alpha Flight.
damn it,
Archie,
Archie.
Archie.
Yeah,
Archie's okay.
decent.
Archie's.
No, Archie's. Yeah, it's Archie comics.
Dunaway, did you
yeah.
say
Comics
Alpha
is
Flight? That
something.
would be funny if someone did it Alpha Flight because they thought it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, Alpha Flight.
Because
It's a Canadian comic,
Because
right?
it's Canadian, yeah, they'll just think, nah,
Yeah.
it's not Marvel, it's Canadian.
No, Marvel. It's show me number 8. Lock and Key.
Lock and Key.
Oh, Lock and
Yeah.
Key. These are all
Yeah.
great things that came on Netflix, right?
Yeah, like you think of things that have
Riverdale.
been adapted
Lock and
recently.
Key.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's where the tadpole skids and goes off the road. Number 9,
Why the
Why
Last
the Last
Man?
Man, which was Vertigo.
Vertigo,
right?
which is DC.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So that doesn't
DC.
count, you bastards. If anyone
Yep.
said, if this last one is
Well, I can
Watchmen, I'm going to break something. It's better
If
not
this
be
last one is what?
Watchmen.
Watchmen?
I'm going to shit
That'd be great.
myself. Gosh,
Oh my
dang
God, I
it,
love
dude.
Commence shitting yourself, Scott, because number 10 is indeed Watchmen.
That is not a. That's a DC property.
I
It
know, I
is.
know. Yes.
They were off. They were purchased from another. All the characters are purchased from another publisher. But yeah, the Watchmen proper.
Well, no,
Right?
they weren't
Wasn't
even.
that the
They
story?
weren't even
Or those
purchased.
failed characters.
No, it was.
Was
It
it
was.
failed
It was. It was. Alan Moore didn't want DC to use
Right.
them for anything else, but it was still a
Right.
project for DC. It was a Vertigo.
It was a project for DC. Now, can we count, Charlton Comics, which owned those characters
Right.
before? I can't really do that.
Yeah.
And rounding out, I mean, Sandman was Vertigo, and that was number 12. Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Oh, was that
That's
Netflix? That's what I thought too.
I thought they
Is that-
were Dark
Is
Horse.
that
See,
independent? Is that Dark Horse?
I thought
It's
they were.
I don't think it's
Dark
DC or
Horse.
Marvel.
Yeah, they're Dark Horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Buffy
look
the
it up.
I'm looking at
Vampire
it on my
Slayer.
Yeah. Let's see. Gabriel Dark. Yeah,
Elfquest.
Dark Horse Comics. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Ooh, Elfquest had boobs in it. I remember that.
You'll never forget.
No, never forget.
The
Never
Max.
forget the Elfquest boobs.
Did you say
Death
the Max?
Note.
I love the Max.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say the Max, but I thought, no way. Does anybody remember the Max?
Well, it's
except
not on
for
the
me.
it's not on the top 10. That's for sure. But
Yeah.
No.
But but Fathom was even less, and I would thought Fathom was more popular than the Max. But
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Death Note, East of West, Lumberjanes, Atomic Robo, Fables. Great.
Yeah, that's
comic
a
there.
good
But
one.
I want to say that was Vertigo, or not Vertigo, but it was a
Could be Black Label or whatever that's called now.
Black Label. Yeah, I can't remember.
Did you say Witcher? Did we finally guess Witcher?
Witcher didn't make it. Was on. I think one person said Witcher, but Witchblade had quite a few.
Oh, I'm sorry, Witchblade. I did say Witcher. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Witchblade. You're right,
Witchblade.
Michael Turner.
Cerebus. I think the first comic I ever read that
Oh.
wasn't Marvel or DC was Cerebus.
Is the Darkness
the
on there?
Aardvark.
The Darkness
What's
on
that?
there by chance? The Darkness?
I don't see the darkness.
I love that
I don't
one.
believe in a thing called the darkness.
All I
Love
see
the
is the darkness.
The Silvestri joint. It was really good. And also, I think Turner did a lot of art for that as well. But yeah.
Danger Girl, Gen 13, a couple of Image titles.
yeah.
What was Tank Girl on there?
Tank Girl was on there.
Did you
Tank
see
Girl
where
was
Tank
higher.
Girl? Did you see where Tank Girl got pulled from Paramount Plus as well?
No. Really?
Oh, is it nowhere now?
I don't think so. I saw it
no.
on Tubi, but you might want to check behind me.
Shoot.
Behind you.
That makes me mad. We've been trying to
Why
get
do
Tank
they
Girl
do
for
this to
years. I know. Why do they do this? Hold on. Let me double check. It still says it's streaming on Prime, is it not?
Prime, yeah, Prime.
Oh,
still
Prime. Okay.
Oh, it's still on
I looked
Prime.
at Paramount Plus. Okay,
Yeah.
this one. Okay, I thought I was getting pulled from
Yeah.
Prime, and that.
Maybe it
Okay.
still is. It just hasn't been yet.
I thought Prime was getting pulled, and then was backed up was Paramount, and then it left for sure on Paramount. So just checking. Okay.
Okay.
Prime is one of those services that kills stuff at the end of the month. So
Right. Gonna be safe.
We're safe for 30 days.
Safe
at
for
least.
30
It's
days.
not-
We hope.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
Because
hope.
it's the first today. Yeah, we're good. We're
Yeah,
in Fat
that's what I'm
City.
saying.
Never mind,
That's what I'm
everybody.
saying,
Tank Girl's still happening this week.
Okay.
Watch for it.
Cool.
All right. Well, this
Well-
sucks because Jaina lost. I hate this.
Me
I
too.
do too.
Jaina, how do you feel about your
Yeah.
loss?
Slightly despondent, trying to figure out how I'm going to go explain to my lovely little 10-year-old boy that he's not getting the City Skylines expansion.
Exactly, right?
Oh,
Now we may have to work something out, Brian.
we might actually.
Because
have to
I'm
do
a
that.
sucker for the kids. All right, well, here's the other thing, too. This can't be as
She
bad
knows
as when,
that, too.
when Arthas died. That must have been much worse. You were grieving when Arthas died. Oh, wait, you're not that Jaina. Just kidding. What a hilarious
It's
joke I
actually
made.
from that Jana, though, is how I got that name.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. I named my dog Rainer, and and our cat is named Deckard after Deckard Cain. Got a lot of Blizzard names going around.
You do.
Not
I
exactly.
just-
Way back
had to
when
choose,
I played roller derby, I took the name Jana Poundmore as my derby name.
Jaina Poundmore.
That's also a great porn.
I was going to say a porn parody that we hadn't thought of. That's fantastic. All right. Hey, Jaina, you're always a winner to us, and I hope you call in and play again so that we can somehow figure out a way to get you these prizes one day.
Yeah, you're about to say
Hey,
something.
real quick, can we make up for it by me promoting a new podcast that I'm doing
Of
with
course.
Tadpool's own
Yes.
Tanner Goodman?
Yeah, you and Tanner. I've heard a little bit about this. Tell us more.
It's the Paranormal Peep Show. It is a look into the bizarre and strange, and the stuff that you just absolutely love, Scott. Ghost stories, UFOs, so things like that. I'll lay on the
very
sarcasm
cool.
sticker next time I say that. But
I'm into some of that.
It's,
Like,
we-
is it haunted houses and crap like that? Like real, not like movies and stuff, but like
Not
real
like
phenomena.
QAnon, but more like haunted,
Yeah.
like real.
Yeah, right. So our first full episode just dropped this past Sunday. It's about the case with the haunting in Connecticut where it's the Devil Made Me Do It case from the latest Conjuring in 2021. So this possession where they actually thought that we're going to use the devil possessing this person as an actual defense in court. And we talk about that and kind of pulling apart a little bit.
That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. Well, I already like you, and I like Tanner a lot, so this seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
People should check it out. What'd you call it? What's the name? Paranormal Peep Show? That's the name?
Yep, it's the Paranormal Peep Show. You can find it wherever podcasts are sold, or go to ramblingnerd.com.
Nice. And by sold, we mean given away for free, everybody. Right. All right, excellent stuff. Always nice to talk to you, and I hope next time I'm a better teammate if you end up with me.
We'll see you tomorrow morning for the next first half of the show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, first half, only half. That's all you get. Well, Dunaway, that was a lot of fun. And also, last night, you and I did Play Retro. It was fantastic while I cooked meat on my heater by accident. And we I didn't tell you on the air, but
I heard it earlier. I heard when he was talking to Ibbot.
Yeah, but while you were, I didn't tell you while we were recording because I smelled it and I didn't know what I was smelling. And I remember thinking, should I bring this? Should I mention this? And I just thought I'll just live through this.
Always mention odd smells. Yeah. I'm always down for that.
All right,
it's always a good conversation starter.
Next time. Do you have anything going on this week you want fine folks to know about besides that?
Of course, we've got. I guess we're doing Tank Girl for Film Sack. If you're not already a Film Sack patron, we just launched our Patreon.
So we did.
Patreon.com/Film Sack. Having a lot of love there. Yeah, and looking forward to Tank Girl, I suppose.
Yeah, no, right? I am.
I suppose.
I barely remember the comic and never saw the movie, so for me, this is going to be a whole lot of fun. And it's post-apocalyptic, and that's how I feel about that.
Yeah,
I love that sort of thing. Yeah,
it's no brainer.
Yeah. Brian Dunaway, everybody, kiss our butts.
No, you.
Okay, bye. All right. I didn't kick him out fast enough. That was weird.
No. You were supposed to do that mid-voice.
Yeah, mid-voice. What am I, new
voice.
here? Have I just learned this? What is wrong with me? All right. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt will join us. Got a little tech time to discuss. We got Recommentals with Randy after that. 1 week away from Nicole rejoining us. And it will become a foursome event.
Ooh, we can play through now because we're a foursome.
That's right. Is that how it works in golf? Can you do that? Is that a thing?
No, well, I mean, you play through just because you're faster than the people in front of you. It doesn't matter if you're one sum, a two-sum, a threesome, or a foursome.
I only play video game golf, so I've never actually been exposed to such things.
You've never, no one's ever asked you, hey, can we play? Like Luigi doesn't come up behind and say, hey, can we play through?
We play through. Hey Mario, let me play through. I could do that voice all day. All right, we're going to take that break, but we need music to take it, so take me there.
Yeah, and really quickly, this Indie in the Middle is brought to you by Seeker Sauce at seekersauce.com. Full disclosure, I work on these people's website. However, they sent me jars of their salsa, and this stuff is freaking fantastic. It is like smoked salsa. I don't make any money if you buy their salsa.
Yeah.
I am doing this purely because this stuff is amazing, and their habanero is not overly hot, but it's all got this amazing smoked flavor to it. And seekersauce.com, named after their dog.
Sounds
nice people
great.
too.
Oh, Seeker the dog? That's amazing. All right.
Seeker the dog. Seeker. All right. Let's get to the song. Our Indie in the Middle comes to us from a dude named Mark J. Giddon, Gidden. He's a singer-songwriter from St. Albans in the UK. And he grew up listening to folks like Radiohead, Smashing Pumpkins, Pixies. He friended a band called Traveler before he got involved in other projects, and now he is doing a little solo thing with Nub Music. This is his debut album. I'm sorry, I'm take that back. His debut album came out in 2019. This is from his upcoming album. The song is called Is She Fly?
All right, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Open your mind to Dungeons & Dragons computer game from Mattel Electronics. It will lead your imagination down a dungeon labyrinth wherein lies the dragon's treasure.
Money is honey. This is the Morning Stream.
All right, we're back. Who was that? One more time.
That was Mark J. Giddon with a song called Is She Fly. Came out May 27th, so less than a week old. It's a bouncing baby single.
Oh, well, do this. Send money for the shower or whatever
That's
you
right.
do now.
Spoiler alert, turns out she is fly.
She's pretty fly for a white lady. Doesn't rhyme as well, you know?
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Turns out the guy part is sort of important there. All right, here's this bit right here. Whoops.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is wearing the coolest shirt today. My gosh,
is,
Tom,
yeah.
look at that. That is a beautiful shirt, Tom Merritt. What is it? Where'd you
Why,
get that?
thank you.
Yeah, that's
Those
very
almost
nice.
look like San Diego Seals colors, and that's who the Mammoth just defeated this last weekend to make it to the finals in National League Lacrosse.
Go
Oh,
Mammoth.
thank you for talking about lacrosse and not hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Who
know.
wants that?
Oh, I don't know. I could bring up hockey. Let's see. Who's in the finals? I know it's a team that's playing
Yeah, it's
against
the Tampa Bay
Edmonton.
Lightning and the
Yeah.
Edmonton Oilers
Yeah.
and the New York Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
There you
Actually,
go.
unlike most St. Louisans who hate Cranky, I don't really have a problem with the Avalanche usually. But
I always pick
last-
Avalanche when I play hockey
Cranky.
video games. He's called
Cranky Sports.
Isn't he called Cranky? That's his name.
Crunky.
Cronky?
Cranky, yeah.
Oh,
It's
well,
crunky, but I like the term cranky. Cranky
Yeah.
sports.
Cranky Sports. I always pick the Avalanche when I play like a video game hockey game, and I think it's just because it's the closest team I have. We don't have professional hockey here. We have like AAA whatever hockey,
I
but
think.
Wait, so you have
I think,
professional. You don't have NHL.
no, we have IHL.
Yeah.
And they're
I'd
great.
say it. Vegas is probably closer to you. The Golden Knights
Oh,
are probably
right.
distance-wise closer to you than the Avalanche.
That's a good point. You know what? I
Yeah,
don't think
Missoula's going to have issue with what you just said.
I don't want to piss off Chris. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. So I take it all back, Mr. Minton.
Hey, pissed
AKA
off
Missoula.
Ibbett. You just can't win.
Yeah, you can't win.
now. I like them both. They're both my
They're all
children.
good. They're both good. All right, Tom, it's good to have you here. As always, Wednesdays are the day Tom comes on and he talks about the tech news. He's scouring for a daily tech news show episode, which will happen a little bit later today. I'll be on today's episode as well. And I'm loving being on Wednesdays, but part of that is because you always have rad stuff to talk about. So what are we looking at today?
Yeah, I'm digging into it right now, but there's a brand new Android phone from a company called Murena, Murena, that doesn't use any Google surveillance. It tries its hardest to walk the line between being a functional phone in the modern world and not using any Google apps. So it's its own operating system. It's not merely just a skin on Android like Samsung does. It's a little deeper than that. And one of the things I'm trying to figure out is how they get their app store to work. They call it the App Lounge, but it has all the apps from the Google Play Store in it.
Wow.
And you can choose to log in with your Google ID in the App Store if you want, or not if you want to avoid the surveillance, in which case it will protect Google from knowing who you are, although you're still using Google Pay to buy apps and make in-app payments. It's odd. And one of the ways they're doing that is they're using a project called MicroG that is a clone of Google's library of services so that it can still use Google services, but without using the ones from Google, which means the telemetry doesn't go to Google. It's a heck of an attempt. And I haven't even finished digging into it. I'll have more details by the time I do Daily Tech News Show. But
is there a danger that like Google can say, no, we don't like this and that you doing this anymore, and then
Shut 'em
fork
down.
off an OS that this one can't use, or
Tell him to fork off.
tell them to fork off?
I don't think a fork would be the way they would do
Not
it,
a-
because
I guess not a
basically
fork,
what
but,
Morena's using is open source Android, but they could. I think the more likely thing was they would just send a cease and desist saying your method of accessing Google Play Store violates our terms.
That's boring though.
However, well, and that would stop them.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yes, right.
I also don't think that Morena would launch this if they hadn't thought about that, right?
Sure,
They've-
right.
This
They've
isn't.
probably dotted all their I's and crossed all
They've been
their
working
T's
on
to
this
make
since
sure they can.
2017, so it doesn't mean it's impossible that it would happen. But Morena thinks they've worked it out, and that's what I haven't found if they've actually contacted Google and Google said, yeah, no, you can do that. That fits the terms, or whether they're just hoping they don't get in trouble. These things are not usually as simple as like Google will put a stop to it, but it's not impossible that Google won't have an issue with it. However, it's a $369 mid-range phone that runs Android and uses Play Store apps. and tries to protect your privacy as much as possible. And that's something that Firefox, Ubuntu, and for different reasons, Huawei, have all tried to do in the past and haven't succeeded. But none of them use the Google Play Store this way. This is the secret sauce that Morena is trying. I'm not sure if it'll fly with Google, and I'm not sure that it will convince people when they're saying, okay, you're protecting me from Google, but also you're not protecting me from Google because Google Play Store is involved and they're going to know something about me.
Sure.
But they are trying to strike a balance and say, yeah, but it's better than a fully logged in Google phone if you're worried about privacy.
Yeah. So a couple things come to mind here. The fact that it's the same store content, meaning even, purchased premium products that Google gets a cut of, right? So some of that stuff's just not free to play. Some of it's like, let's say it's a $3 game or something. Google still gets their chunk in this scenario, I assume?
Money-wise, and that may be why Google's okay with it, right? Who said this? Dice Tomato. The other thing Google could do is just block access to the API for Morena, I suppose.
Sure.
But again, they're using a clone for services,
right.
So they would be able to block them out of the App Store. But they wouldn't necessarily, there may be end runs around it. Again, there's lots of little details here, but, but yeah, I'm sorry. What was your question?
Well, my main point is it feels almost like they're side loading Google or side loading the Play Store, I should say. And that's a weird kind of meta perspective to look at it this way. But, I guess my question is, well, it's the same as Brian's. Like, what would motivate Google to take action here? And it sounds like they are prepared to go for it thinking they are good.
But if Google's not losing any money on it.
Yeah, then why would they care? I mean, the money they lose would be tracking.
That was it. Does Google get their money? Yeah. On the Play Store side, you use Google Pay, so Google's getting all the money they would normally get if you were just using the Google Play Store. It's the telemetry,
right?
That the data, which is also valuable to Google,
right,
that they wouldn't be getting.
Yeah, and I guess maybe this also depends on uptake. Like, let's say these guys sell 3 million phones. That's a lot, and Google may go, oh, wait a minute, we can't. This is too much.
Yeah.
Lost telemetry data. This isn't.
That could be another bet that Google says, well, this doesn't violate things so much that it's worth having the public backlash of picking a fight with them. They'll probably not be successful anyway. That could be an approach here as well. There's some other things that I haven't got to yet. There's a VPN it uses to try to protect your browsing history from Google, from the bit of Google that can see what you're doing, from getting through, and that can cause problems if you're using maps and it thinks you're in Singapore, because not all of the VPN endpoints are near you. So yeah, there's a lot to dig into here, but it's an interesting idea and certainly thinks about a lot of the things that kept Ubuntu or Mozilla from having successful Android-based non-Google phone operating systems in the past. And right now, we've only got 2 operating systems, folks. It's iOS and Google's version of Android. You can talk about Samsung, you can talk about OnePlus, but they are all using Google services. They're all using Google underneath what is essentially a skin, even if they add their own Play Store like Samsung does. So this is a different way of saying, let's try to strike the balance. I'm not sure it strikes enough of a balance yet or not. I still need to look at some more of the details, but it's definitely a fascinating approach.
Yeah, which will be great to discuss on the show. These kinds of machinations are always interesting to me. So we'll deep dive. I was going to say deep dig, but that's not a thing. We don't deep dig. We're going to dig deep or dive deep.
Well, you have to deep dig before you can deep dive, or you have nowhere to dive.
Well, I wish you well on your deep digging as we get ready to deep dive. Tom Merritt, anything else going on? Been loving your newsletter lately. It's been great. Anything else?
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I'll probably send off what I find on this to the new Substack, Tech Tom, like Tech Time, techtom.substack.com. And that'll go out to all the users. And there's also some extra stuff in the works for people who support me on Substack as well. So go check that out, techtom.substack.com.
Very nice. It's Tom Merritt, everybody. You know him, you love him, but do you follow him on Twitter? He's at Ace Detect. D-Tech with a D in the middle. Go follow him. You
Good
probably already
luck
are.
spelling it.
Yeah. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you soon for the Daily Tech News Show.
Thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Now what? Oh, Randy. It's Randy time.
It's Randy time.
Let's see how-
More about his trip.
I'll bet he's super upbeat today. You just feel it.
I'll bet.
Launching Diablo
I've been
Immortal.
drinking nothing but espresso and playing Diablo 1 Taint or whatever the heck the
Exactly. There it is. Diablo 1 something. All right. Whoops, wrong one. Here we go. Hey, look who it is. It's our old pal Randy joining us from Recommentals. Randy, welcome back. How are you?
Good morning stream. Good morning. I am so glad to be here where I have prepared. I'm 100% prepared to talk about sandwich shops. Okay, so
go for it.
First of all, I can't believe how many garbage sandwich shops there are now. Like, I don't think you could have a sandwich shop 30 years ago and put out the garbage that so many of them are, like lately, like the last 10 years.
All right, give a list of sponsors we're never going to have.
But I'm just saying, you're never going to have Quiznos as a sponsor because they went from 4,700 locations to 175 locations.
Yeah, we don't even have one near us at all anymore. Yeah,
and they went that direction because they started serving garbage. Like they went from I remember really liking Quiznos like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So like Subway used to be edible, right? They were But you remember, if you remember Subway being edible, you remember before 2008, right?
Yeah,
After the 2008 recession, they just wildly reduced the quality of their ingredients.
Sure.
That's really what it is, right,
Yeah.
Scott? I mean,
yeah, fair enough.
I mean, like Panera is a joke right now. Panera
Is it Panera? I thought it was Panera. No,
Panera. It is Panera.
Whatever you want to call it. It's a joke.
Yeah.
I want you to know. I think everyone needs to know. Schlotzsky's used to be mind blowing.
They used to be so good. Yeah.
30 years ago, Schlotzsky's would have been my number one sandwich shop.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like you go and get a Schlotzsky sandwich and taste the bread, and what it will remind you of is when it was good.
Yeah.
Like the bread will be, a reminder. I think it used to be good. This is garbage.
That weird soda bread they used to use. I don't know if they still use it.
It was like a circular with like it had been fried after it was baked. It was so good. With all the olives on there.
Had like air holes all through it, and
So I just want to give you my top 5 sandwich shops. These are all really close. None of these are like so much better than the others. I go to all of these. Number 5 is Witch Witches.
Okay.
I like Witch Witch. Yeah.
Freaking I don't think they're in top 3 at all because like their quality is okay, but the fun of writing on a paper bag when you're ordering, that's just like
is that fun? I do like their homemade potato chips. Their homemade potato chips, elevate them a little bit, but they don't. Yeah.
Number 4 is Potbelly.
Oh, I love Potbellies.
I can always go to Potbelly. Like I think everything there is real consistent, real good.
Completely agree. Okay. Yeah, amazing.
My number 3 is Firehouse. They're a bit pricey.
Yeah, a little high.
I would probably have them at number 1 if their prices were in line with the other two, with the top 2 for me.
Yeah.
And Firehouse excels in hot sandwiches. Like if it was just a hot sandwich competition, they'd be number 1, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
they'd
be
for me.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
my top 2 are cold sandwich places.
Yeah.
And my number 2 is Blimpie, and the reason why is their bread. Oh my God!
Is there still Blimpies? You can go to a Blimpie.
There's still Blimpies. None near me, and it's a travesty. There used to be one near work, and my buddy Alan and I would drive from the office 30 minutes. We had an hour for lunch. We would drive 30 minutes to Blimpies, bring it back, and we'd use up our whole hour in traveling, but then we'd eat at our desks while we were working.
Yeah, there used to be 100 of them around me, and they all went away. They're just gone.
A lot of people think that Blimpie is a Subway copycat, but it's actually the opposite. Blimpie existed first.
Yeah.
And a lot of what Subway chose to do was a ripoff of what Blimpie was doing.
Yeah, sure. I preferred Blimpie in the day, but now I just don't have the option.
I'm telling you, they have never changed their bread recipe and process one iota. It is exactly like it was like 30 years ago.
If you go to blimpie.com, the store locator, they've got Blimpies all over the country, except in the everything like a 500-mile stripe or 200-mile stripe to the east of the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, what did they do?
took
They
a
just
lawnmower.
scorched earthed it, man. They were just like, that's it, we're done.
They totally did, yeah.
Yeah.
The store locator, yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Pisses me
And then
off.
my
All right,
number one,
number
my
one.
number one is Jersey Mike's. It's the bread,
Oh, yeah.
it's the meats, it's like the process. I think Mike's Way is genius.
Yeah.
I want
but
you to
even with
know.
juice?
I want you to know the way to order Jersey Mike's Way and not end up with a soggy sandwich when you get
On
home.
the side, juice on the side.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just
all right.
tell them before you say Mike's Way, say, I want mayo on the bread and Mike's Way.
Oh, okay.
And they will.
So
they
let's
will-
add some more calories to keep my
Yeah.
bread from getting soggy.
But they will wipe mayo on that bread, and then that protects the bread from everything else.
And what's great about that is just the use of the word wiping
Wipe.
mayo
Yeah.
on the bread.
Yeah,
I'm
wipe
thinking
mayo.
a more appetizing description of sandwich
what
mayo.
they do.
is,
Dump some mayo on a table, wipe it up with the bread.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And my thing about Jersey Mike's is, like, as you can tell, I really care about the quality of the bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jersey Mike's not only makes a great bread for the sandwich, they will make that thing 25 inches long. Like you can go in there and say, I want a huge freaking sandwich, and they will bring
They'll do
out
it.
this piece of bread.
Yeah, they'll
It's
do
like,
it.
Yeah.
They'll do it. They don't have
Oh,
any problem.
I
Plus,
love
they
that.
cut that meat right there while you watch them. It's not in some pile. Oh, it's great. Those guys are
Jersey
great.
Mike's there's a Jersey Mike's so close to me, it's dangerous. Like I can walk there. I could be there in 5 minutes walking to Jersey Mike's.
That is dangerous.
That's how
Same.
dangerous it
It's
is.
very dangerous.
I have two Jersey Mike's closer to me than any In-N-Out burger, which is, I think, pretty good. That's good news.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is good news.
Also have two Witches closer to me than any In-N-Out burger, and that's why they're on my list. But also writing on the bag. I love writing on the bag.
But oh man, you've made me kind of crave a Firehouse sub. I'm not going to do it today because I had spaghetti yesterday. Got to go bag a salad today. But tomorrow, I think I'm in for a Firehouse.
Oh man.
And by the way, I think someone in chat, I don't look at chat, but I think someone in chat said that they wish Mike's Way included everything else that they have on the board. All you have to say is mayo on the bread, Mike's Way, plus everything else.
Yeah.
Like that's all. It's like 7 words, and you get it all.
And
Like,
they'll give it to
it's
you.
so-
Yeah, you'll get whatever you want out of that place if you just ask.
Yeah.
And they're
Interesting. I'll
really
try
fast.
that next time I go there. Wipe some mayo on the bread.
Yeah. And they're so excited to help you over there, man. They're so stoked.
They are. Yeah,
That's the other thing I like
super
about them.
friendly.
Well, Mike, who's in his grave now, he's founded that place in
Oh,
'58.
is he?
No longer exists.
Aw.
But we're thinking of you. You had it your way. All right. Let's move on to our recommendals for today. That's right. Things we've seen on streaming services that we liked enough that we wanted to bring to the show and tell you about them. Brian, you got a clip here. Any setup for yours before we go?
I'm just doing one today because I went to New Jersey where the sub shops there are just called Mike's, and I only had time to watch one movie. And but this is a very good one to recommend. We discovered this one by accident, and I'm so glad we did.
All right, here we go.
I don't want you to hurt your neck. Sounds great, neighbor.
Hey,
Hi,
Dave.
Dave. Is that John Mayer over there?
I just found my old guitar from
Yeah.
high school.
Are you John Mayer?
Right, yeah. Second time's the charm.
Second time, yeah.
What are you doing?
We're cleaning out the garage to make it a rehearsal space for starting a band.
For a band?
Yeah.
I used to play drums in high school.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really?
I was in a band myself.
Oh yeah, what was it called?
The band was called Myself. It was a sort of solo percussive group. You know, djembe, marimba, conga, bongo, timbale, you know, just like, yeah.
And you played all of those yourself?
I played all of them myself.
Wow.
Yeah. The Big Fork Daily called it really very weird.
Oh,
Wow.
that's great.
Yeah, well,
Congrats, man.
yeah,
That sounds great.
congratulations. We'll see you around the nave.
Thanks, Dave.
See you very soon.
So we have to move.
You can't. I know.
We have to move. 'Cause
I've.
that interaction alone is
Oh,
enough.
he's 100% gonna murder us.
What is this? I don't know what this is.
I love you, Fred Armisen. I love you.
Is that
He's
who
so
that
good.
is?
Yeah, that is Fred
Okay.
Armisen as neighbor Dave, crazy neighbor Dave. But that movie is called Band-Aid, Bandaid, Band-Aid, just like the thing you put over a sore or a cut or a scratch. This is the first film directed and written by Zoe Lister-Jones. Who is Zoe Lister-Jones, you're asking? I can hear you asking out there.
Yeah, who is that?
Hey, who is Zoe Lister-Jones, Brian?
You know her as the funniest thing on a great TV show called Life in Pieces. She was the character married to Colin Hanks on that show.
She's great.
She is great. She is the most brilliantly sarcastic and acerbic actress you'll ever see. She wrote and directed this thing, and it's fantastic. The other person you're hearing there is Adam Pally, who he was in on the show Happy Endings, The Mindy Project. He was also on the show Search Party, which I've recommended a few times as well. This tells the story. Band-Aid tells the story of a couple who bicker with each other quite a bit, but they find that when they're playing music together, they don't bicker as much because they're putting their fights into the songs. Songs like, why don't you do the dishes, and what what is your problem, and I'm not in the mood for your mood. It is great, and Susie Essman plays Adam Pally's mother, Susie Essman from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Does she yell things at everybody? Is she constantly yelling?
She doesn't. She delivers what I think is the best monologue about the differences between men and women I've ever heard in any sort of movie or TV show.
Really?
It is like I was taken aback, like this is coming out of Larry, what's the matter with you? That's coming out of her mouth, and it's this brilliant. You also get Brooklyn Decker, who we just saw in Battleship. You get Hannah Simone, who was Zooey Deschanel's cute friend from New Girl. I'm sorry, Zooey Deschanel's cute friend from New Girl. Retta, Ravi Patel.
New Girl. She ended up with Schmidt in New Girl, right?
She did,
Hannah
yes.
Simone did? Okay.
Jamie Chung. Like, it's a really good cast, and these are all, like, I guess some of these people are really good friends of Zoe Lister-Jones, so they just appear in the film. Colin Hanks even plays the absolute worst Colin Hanks character you can ever imagine, riding in the back of Zoe Lister-Jones' Uber.
Oh, weird. So Fred Armisen, I guess, is in other stuff with her a lot. He's in she has something more recent called How It Ends. Came out last year.
Okay.
He's also in that. So there must be some connection there. Those guys work a lot together. That's interesting.
Yeah. This is currently streaming on Hulu, and it's fantastic. Came out in 2017. We saw a preview for it before we watched something else, and said that looks really hilarious. We looked it up on Rotten Tomatoes or Rockin' Tomatoes, Rockin' Tomatoes.
Sure.
And it's got a really good score there. So we're like, well, let's watch this, and it deserves that score. It's really, really good.
All right.
And the clip you just played, if you didn't know better, you would just think, oh, that's Portlandia.
It does sound, it's very Portlandia-esque, like that dry, funny, and the whole film is that kind of dry, funny.
But I guess what I'm saying is it sounded like Fred Armisen doing that thing that he does only. You know what I mean? Like I obviously I thought I heard Carrie Brownstein and I didn't, right? Like she's not in Band-Aid, right?
Right.
But like it felt like that thing where, Carrie Brownstein like plays off of him and is like surprised at everything he says.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, you're saying that again. How funny. Okay, yeah. I think that level of humor just gets used to great effect in both Portlandia and this.
Well, I've heard that Band-Aid was that Zoe Lister-Jones is like known for making this movie without men. Like that,
yes, only men are in the cast. Every other part of the film is produced with just women only.
Oh wow, cinematography and all that stuff. That's
cinematography, editing, music,
cool.
all that stuff.
And I think that's just awesome. But I just want to know, like, do you think you could see that? Could you tell at all?
No, the film I didn't know it until I looked at the Wikipedia page for it as I was getting my notes together for this. But it doesn't feel like a women are cool and men drool kind of empowerment thing. But because the story definitely goes into they're both responsible for the bickering that they do.
My favorite trivia about her, it says here she's been in all 4 Law and Order incarnations.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Different characters or
different characters.
It'd be great if it was different characters. Like
she was in the original Law and Order Criminal Intent, Law and Order Trial by Jury, Law and Order, the new reboot thing, Law and Order Special Victims Unit. I think there's one missing here though. Well, anyway, 4 of them though. That's a lot of Law and Order. You know?
Yeah.
Well done. You don't see a lot of those, one-off episode actors making their own movies and shit. That's great.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. And
Cool.
she's great. Yeah, go ahead. Randy.
The only other thing I want to say is I feel like over the last few months of Recommentals that you have been really focused on Hulu. Is it just like, does it feel like Hulu is
my
your
own stocks,
go-to?
Randy.
I'm just curious. Is it your first
no.
shortcut in a list? Like, I'm just wondering what the.
Not at all. We saw the trailer for this. I can't remember what we were watching. It was something else that we were watching, and this was the trailer that came up before it. And we immediately went to justwatch.com to see where it was streaming, and it just happened to be Hulu. I got to take a look. I'm taking a look at quicktms.li at Recommentals.
May just be total accident that you've seen so
Mr.
many
In
Hulus.
Between, was that was Hulu, but Super Pumped was Showtime.
Yeah.
Bullshit the Game Show was Netflix. The Call was Netflix. Outer Range is Prime.
So it just feels like
is
Hulu.
Apple TV Plus.
Just feels like Hulu. That's all.
Ozark was Netflix. Russian Doll.
Something about Hulu that feels more overrepresented.
Yeah. No, I get you. For me, it's I always feel like I'm watching way more HBO Max, but the truth is, I think I'm more spread out than I think I am.
Yeah,
I'm just not paying attention usually.
I think Abbott Elementary might have been Hulu, but
we love that. Did I tell you how much we love that? We loved that.
Yes, you did. It is such a great show. Yeah,
Kim and I ripped through it and loved every freaking second of it. It was
we couldn't continue. Like we watched several episodes.
Really?
Like we watched 3 and we're like, let's give it another 3. Like maybe.
But you liked Superstore a lot, right?
Very much.
I think you recommended Superstore to me before I even watched it, and I feel like it feels like the same DNA, just the school version of.
I totally disagree.
Oh, really? I agree with Brian. I think that is very super story. But if anything, I liked that it was a little bit more like, I don't know, a little more wholesome. Like it was just like a really sweet look at teachers and kids, and I don't know.
I was just like constantly like, ooh, are they really going to continue to portray the principal like this? Like it is not comfortable to watch. Like it is not funny.
Yeah,
to
I
me,
thought she was hilarious.
How they portray the principal of that school.
She's also one of the head writers of the show, the lady that plays the principal, which is interesting.
Yeah, and that I always like. I always like it when like the main person making something makes themselves sort of the villain or butt of jokes, right?
Yeah,
like on Letterkenny is my favorite example, right? The guy responsible for that show makes himself this creepy preacher. And it's like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But it works there, I guess, because he's a white man and not a black woman. I think
maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I really liked everybody in that thing. I thought. I hope Abbott gets renewed. I assume it is.
I think it did get renewed for a second season already. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to the show. I just it just didn't. I just couldn't.
Yeah, it's not. I get it. It's like if there's especially if a character in a show just starts grating on. For whatever reason, some people may have different tastes or whatever, but if something's grating on you, I could see having to bail.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've had stuff like that I didn't last very long with.
And it's not and it's not just the hey, don't make out your black characters to be this horrible. Like I think the Carmichael show was spectacular, and everyone on that show is a horrible black person. Like, but I just like the way it gets the message across.
Jamie, don't isolate that just one sentence without context, please.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear that mashup.
Anyway,
I should have recommended the Carmichael show by this point. Like, everyone should go watch Carmichael.
All right, I'll put it on my tentative list. Here's my clip.
Anyway, Band-Aid, currently on the Ibbott family-owned Hulu production.
Yes.
So go check it out. Yes.
Yeah, you guys are doing real well with that investment. Nice job. All right, mine is a Hulu production. Funny
look at
enough,
that. Do you always do Hulu?
I do a lot of Hulu, and I quite like Hulu if I'm honest. But I like this show a lot, and I had real concerns before I started it. I'll explain after. Here's the clip.
This team is so f***ing bad.
Listen, my guy.
Shut the f*** up, Sanguinet. What do you want, Shorsey? I want to never lose again. Can you just finish your shit and come talk to me down the hall, please? Oh, you think I'm shitting, Michaels? I should be so lucky. I'm puking and shitting at the same time. This team is so f***ing bad, I've lost control of my bodily functions. You are the portrait of class, Shorsey. We get pumped 5 goose for the 20th loss of the campaign, and you say good f***ing team over there? They are a good f***ing team. Why don't you go over and suck their dicks if you like them so much?
Shorsey.
Sanguinet, you're a healthy scratch on a last place club in the no-show. Go for a soda.
All right, so this is Shorsey, the spinoff from Letterkenny, about the character which was the most two-dimensional, once-in-a-while character that show ever had, which is this guy whose face you never saw.
They had to be careful that they didn't overexpose Shorsey, because there were seasons of Letterkenny where you were like, I don't need more Shorsey right now.
Like Shorsey is a very one-note kind of character, one I always enjoyed, but you never saw his face. It was always just his feet or some other part of his body, usually at the hockey gym or something, where what's their names? I forget the two characters' names are always playing
the hockey gym. Yeah, that's what
the hockey gym. That's what they call it. It was my uncle's name, Hockey Jim. Anyway, they decided to Jared Kiso, who's executive producer and also plays Shorsey. Also played him in Letterkenny. He's also Wayne in Letterkenny. So that's the reason you never see his face. You know it's Wayne. I mean, you know it's Jared Kiso, but you never, half of the joke is it's a little bit like Niles Crane's wife. You're never going to see her.
Sure.
But you might know about her or hear about her or whatever. And in that case, you'd hear Jared Kiso doing these horrible insults to people as the character Shorsey. Well, when I heard they were doing a Shorsey spinoff, I went, you can't freaking do that. That's weird. Like, I understand a couple of other maybe angles you could take with spinoffs for Letterkenny, but Shorsey is such a one-note, one-time, brilliant idea, but not the kind of thing like it's almost like taking a meme and making it bigger, or SNL taking a small sketch and making a movie out of it. And
the Angry Birds
done 1,000 times.
Angry Birds movie, exactly.
Right,
which, by the way, is way better than it has rights to be. But the point is, these were my fears going in. 100% wrong about it. It is really good, and here's why I think it's good. First of all, it's got all that DNA that makes Letterkenny funny and good. If you like Letterkenny, look, I'll say this right up front. If you don't like Letterkenny, if you are, for whatever reason, put off by that, you are not going to like Shorsey, because it's definitely in the vein of Letterkenny. The difference here, though, between Letterkenny and this is that this is almost a traditional sports story. Like, it's almost like... think of any movie or Ted Lasso actually is a really good example of this. Ted Lasso, the underlying underpinning thing is that we're taking a team of players and trying to get them to be better and win, and they haven't won for a long time, and the boss is thinking about selling it. That whole idea is the exact same thing happening here. It's not the same tone as that show at all, but it's a story about a hockey team that wants to win. And the thing Shorsey keeps saying is, I love winning, but I hate losing more. And so that's kind of the vibe of the thing. But here's what's crazy. They somehow made a 6-episode arc that is wholesome in the weirdest way. Because you heard from that clip, there's nothing wholesome about what Shorsey's usually yelling at people. If you're offended by the F-bomb, do not tune in. Because there's lots of that. But there's a sweetness to him that you would think isn't going to work, but it freaking works. It ends up working not only well, but really well, and you end up just loving Shorsey. You love all the secondary characters they've introduced. There's no other carryover, so no other characters come over. It's just him, and so everybody else is new, and like Letterkenny, they all have their own little quirks and their weird things. I won't even get into the 3 gyms. The 3 gyms are amazing. It's a whole other thing you'll have to watch. I won't spoil it here. But what a wonderful freaking time we had. We sat there. We thought, we'll give it a shot. I don't know about this Shorsey business. In fact, I was most worried they were going to show his face. And I'm like, we can't do that. That's like showing us, Norm's wife on Cheers. You can't show what
right.
she looks like. Nope, totally
Vera
works fine.
Maris, yeah.
Totally works fine. It's as soon as Jared Kiso, I think the guy might be a genius, honestly.
You give him a different haircut and you let him open his eyes.
Yeah, and he also
like,
has
the thing
some.
about Letterkenny is he's got the terrible haircut and his eyes are always squinted shut.
That's right. He's wearing that plaid shirt all the time, and this thing has got some hair growth on his face. He's got a hat on a lot. He's just kind of a different character.
I saw a review, this really fast review in this other video I was watching where the guy said, I love this. It's Ted Asso.
You know what? That's not bad. That's actually a decent comparison. And by the end of it, man, you are rooting for people. You are laughing your head off. There's once again, Canadian productions. I don't know what it is. There's a sweetness that runs through their stuff. Even when they're being gross and dirty, it's still something in there. They got like some kind of weird DNA that makes everything about it kind of nice and kind and heartfelt. Even though I just heard the worst insult between two hockey players or whatever.
Yeah, like really early on in Kim's Convenience, there's this whole gag about people pranking each other by thumbing each other's buttholes. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
And you're just like, wow, I would have a really hard time seeing that on like The Office.
Right. It doesn't work. There's
on
something
Kim's
about
Convenience, whatever. It's cool.
it's something about their, I don't know what it is. They got special sauce. So always get Mike's Way and then the sauce. You want the sauce, the juice. But anyway, it is a wonderful thing. I recommend it to anybody who even remotely likes Letterkenny. In fact, I think it even if you're like, I thought Letterkenny was okay, you might actually like this more. I think I like it more. Partly because it's much more narrow in focus. It's just this straight, like, but it still is full of that wordplay that they're famous for.
Yeah.
Like the whole back and forth and Sanguinette, this character is one of my favorite characters. Anyway, Kim, me, and Carter sat and binged all 6 of those on Sunday without planning to. And we're sad when it ended. And I cannot wait for them to renew it. It's great. So, Shorsey. Hulu is where you're going to watch that.
I'm so glad. And I'm about to make the exact same case for my Recommental. Like I'm going to talk through everything you just said, only slightly different.
All right, here we go. Let me play it.
You hit the big time, kid.
Hi, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
So we got this great new cast together, but I think we still all had some questions. And then, there's trepidation just on, how we're older now. Like, is it still funny?
Yeah, I was skeptical. I was,
You were the most skeptical.
I was very skeptical. I was like,
we came here, we were all psyched finally, and then you're like,
I was like, we have to prove it to ourselves that, like, it's a good idea. So let's shoot a couple days, but not commit, and let it tell us that it's a movie.
And so the first thing we wanted to shoot was a bit that Steve-O had actually shot a while ago, just to see if the new guys could really, keep up.
Oh, right up till the end, I was like, I don't know what this is, but I think I know now.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a giveaway.
This is Jackass 4.5.
Yeah.
And Jackass Forever came out earlier this year. I didn't come in here and insist that everybody watch Jackass 4. There's reasons for that. I feel like if you're the audience for this, you don't need to be convinced.
You don't need to be told,
And if you know damned well you are not the audience for this, I don't want to try to talk you into it. Because
it's more of the same.
Yeah.
It is freaking X-rated. Like you literally see a bunch of dudes getting funnels shoved into their buttholes and hot sauce being poured in. Like it is if it's not for you to see that, I definitely don't want to talk you into it. However, if you're on the fence, or if you're somebody who would have watched Jackass 4 but probably didn't really know about Jackass 4.5, I need you to go watch this. It is so interesting. So what's happening here is they make a Jackass movie, and this is, the fourth one. They hadn't made one in 10 years. So there's a lot of stuff, right? They have a lot to do. Yeah. They make a Jackass movie, and they make way more movie than they're going to put into the movie. And so like their movie needs to tell a story or a number of stories, and their movie needs to all have hits as far as the gags go.
Yeah.
And then they have all this other stuff. And you realize not only do they have a lot of stuff that didn't make the film, a lot of it's really good. And it just didn't jive with everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. They did this with 3, or not, maybe it was 2. There was a 2.5?
2 and 3 have the follow-up.
Yeah.
And so this is just like that, only it's so much better because these guys are old now.
Yeah, they're my age. They're in they're 50, 52, 51. They're older. They're like us.
Yeah.
Me and Brian. Yeah.
Really?
And so in a lot of ways, you're looking at this like this is their swan song. They have introduced a whole new crew of much younger stunt people to their group. And when you watch Jackass Forever, you're going to go, oh, wait, who was that? Like, you're going to see them. You're going to see Rachel Wolfson and Poopies and Zach Holmes. And I'm forgetting the fourth person. What's his name? Oh, gosh, he's black dude. Davon Wilson.
Davon Wilson, yeah.
Devon Wilson. And Devon Wilson's dad. They come as like a pair into this thing. And his dad is named Dark Shark.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm interested in these people, and you don't get enough of them in the movie because you already have Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O and Chris Pontius and Dave England and Aaron, Danger Aaron, and so on.
Danger Aaron. Did wait, hold on a sec. Did Dave England poop? Did that happen?
Yes, absolutely.
Damn it.
Yes.
He's always pooping, that guy. He poops all the time, that guy. What's his deal?
And like Preston Lacey has always been the big man, right?
Yeah.
Well, now they've added a younger version of him, Zach. And Zach is bigger than Preston Lacey. And so like there's all these things in Jackass Forever where you're like, I could stand for more of that. Guess what? Here it is. You're going to get all of this behind the scenes stuff in 4.5, and you're going to get to hear people like Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O and Chris Pontius talk about what it's like to find Rachel Wolfson out there and add her to this group, and what, like their trepidation and their experience and so on. And it's just like, I'm sorry, it's better than Jackass 4. Jackass 4.5 is better than Jackass 4 because of all of that.
I thought all the 0.5s were better than their original things. I don't know why they didn't just put that out. It's weird to me.
There's about 15 stunts in Jackass 4.5 that I was just shocked by. Like I was just like, wow, I love this. There's a stunt near the end of Jackass 4.5 where they have Eric Andre. They always have all sorts of extra people, right? They have Eric Andre, and they all dress up in these sort of clown suits, and he's the main person in front of the rest of them. And they have a tennis pro come and serve tennis balls at them as fast as she can hit the balls. And they're asking her to aim for their junk. And it is so funny because Eric Andre is appalled that she keeps aiming at him.
Yeah.
And they all go down one by one, right? And Eric Andre ends up being the last one standing, and she eventually takes him down. I'm sorry. Steve-O is the last one. Steve-O's always the last one.
He's always, well, it's because he's a crazy person. By the way,
I don't think
he's
he has
also
nerve endings.
He's also the
he
youngest.
Probably doesn't at this point.
I think he's the youngest of the group. Let me see here real quick. Oh, Wee Man might be a year younger, but he's like 47, 48. That's the youngest Jackass, traditional Jackass member. And there's no Bam in this, right? It was a controversy. It was too drunk or too stoned.
They've let go of Bam Margera like a long time ago. They're so far past him. Like it's that you don't even really notice that Bam Margera used to be a thing.
Yeah, he's super sad, and I guess suing them. But outside of that,
I would say 4.5 is more about Danger Aaron than anything.
Really? Because Aaron is he always gets screwed, man. They always do the worst things to him. I always feel so bad.
And the thing is, Jackass Forever has some of that, but they apparently went and really took him to pillar to post. Like there's many gags that you didn't see in Jackass Forever that are just them trying to injure Danger Aaron, and they don't fit in Jackass Forever. And the reason they don't fit is because his reaction to being pranked is unlike everybody else's. Everyone else, when they get pranked, the first thing they do is start laughing hysterically. And the first thing he does is complain. He's like, it's like he can't stand it. And so like you can only take so much of that in the movie, but in 4.5, oh my gosh, do they let you see all the ways that they unleashed on this guy?
In the third one, he's the one where they gathered up all of their pubes and made him wear them on his face because he thought it was like, like stage gum fake beard stuff.
Yes.
Covered his face with it so he could like meet with this guy. Then it was like they had somebody pretend to be a terrorist. They threw him in a trunk. I mean, I don't know how that guy's just not dead of like fright. I don't know how they do it with Aaron. Poor guy.
And I want to really underline the point of 4.5 is to give you more of the introduction to the new Jackass crew.
So is that the plan? You think they got they want to do more?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind that they are already working on the next thing with those guys because they're all young enough that they can just get right back to work.
Yeah. They can. These other guys are, I'll admit to something that's a little bit weird. I don't know if I'm the only person, but I think it was 3. But so this 10 years ago, 2010, or a little more than 10 years, 12 years ago, was when 3 came out, 3D or whatever. And part of that, they had a promotion where Weezer made a song for the Jackass crew.
Yeah.
And I saw the video for that, and it's just a bunch of those guys laughing and hanging around and smacking each other in the head and just hanging out or whatever. And the combination of those visuals with that song and how long time I've been a Jackass fan, I cried. An adult man, a freaking grown-ass man cried because I thought that was just so, I don't know why. It's so stupid. These guys, poop on each other and like kick each other in the nuts, but it's weird.
That is the reason I'm recommending 4-5. I was moved to a lot of emotions watching it because you're seeing the end of the era. You're seeing like these friends that you have hung out with on occasion for 2 decades.
Yeah.
And you're seeing them all, they love each other. Like the behind the scenes on the first big scene of Jackass Forever is, like just to, I put it in really basic terms because I want people to watch. I don't want to spoil it. It's basically Chris Pontius is doing a thing that involves his genitalia.
Of course. That was always his job, is get his wiener out and
it's a very difficult stunt. And he's really like he's spending all day trying to get this thing done, and his genitalia at one point aren't cooperating. And they've got an entire film crew. They are on a film set at a backlot in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And they've got a whole crew around him, and someone just needs to go in there and use their hand to move his genitalia and hold his genitalia in place. And you know who does it? Johnny Knoxville does it.
Knoxville does.
Yeah. And you will never, in Jackass Forever, you will never see that or know that.
Yeah.
But you find out in 4-5, he's getting in there under the set and moving around, and he's using his hand to hold Chris Pontius's junk in place. And like on his way in, he's making sure he's got consent to do that from his friend. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And it's just like
there's something about it.
And there's like there's just an aspect to it, and maybe it's just guys like us. You know what I mean? Like maybe this would not at all have any feelings for my wife or something,
It's an important Jackass is a Gen X thing that came around at the time that we were all young 20s, and we could not believe what these guys were doing, and it was on television, and it was just, there's something about this and that era that is hard to define. And it sounds like they're sewing it up nicely in this new.
They really are. And it really is a guy thing. Like there's multiple times over the 20 years of these guys where you've seen people like Steve-O and Wee Man and Johnny Knoxville basically just injure each other to their face. Like walk up to them with a gun that shoots a boxing glove and shoot it into their face.
Yeah, at point blank, and it freaking hurts.
And the first thing that happens after that is Wee Man laughs and hugs the man who just shot him.
Yeah.
And that's like something that I think for a lot of people like me, I kind of wish I had that in my life, that sort of thing,
Yeah. So it's I'm on my list. Meant to see 4, still haven't. I'll just skip it and do 4-5.
Go right to 4-5. Yeah,
I really want you to see Jackass Forever though, Scott. Like 4-5, like I say, it gives you so much more background on the new people.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that, you need to see them in that order. Like you're gonna see 4-5 and go, okay, I need to understand why they're so impressed with Rachel Wolfson. Like she does a couple of stunts in Jackass Forever that will have your jaw drop. Like you'll be like, I can't believe a woman is doing this.
That's great. I'll take her over Bam Margera. Yeah. Plus she's funny. Sure. She's a stand-up comedian, right? I think, or something.
She's a stunt person first and foremost.
Oh, okay.
She's got this thing where, like they found her on Instagram posting herself doing Jackass stuff, and you just got to see Jackass Forever. I just don't want to. I don't want to ruin it. There, like I say, there are a couple of moments in Jackass Forever where she hits the pinnacle of what Jackass does in terms of taking it. You know?
Yeah. As long as she doesn't poop, I'm good. No poop.
Nope. There's no poop or nudity around Rachel Wolfson.
Good.
That's one thing that they have not at all even touched on.
Let Dave England have all the poop and the nudity. It's fine with me.
You will see the full package of every other Jackass
Gosh
person.
dang it. I don't want to see Wee Man's Wee package. I don't want to see it. But I'm gonna.
They all get naked.
All right. Well, there you go. Netflix is where this is, which is a little bit weird because the movie itself, 4, ended up like Prime or somewhere.
Oh, really?
It's
Yeah,
weird.
4 is on Amazon, and this 4-5 is on Netflix.
Yeah, it's weird.
They spend more money than they intend to when they make these things.
Yeah,
and so they have to go figure out who's going to pay them back for it.
Boy, you should see the judgmentalness of Leninade in the chat today. Boy,
Oh,
really not a fan of this stuff. Just has all these ideas about how everyone's wrong about Jackass. Must be us,
again,
not
It's
him.
not for everybody, sure.
Yeah,
that was my original point. And I feel like it applies to Letterkenny. It probably applies to most anything funny. You know,
Yeah.
if you know that it's not for you, I do not want to try to talk you into watching it. I really, really don't.
Yeah.
But it's definitely for somebody. Like these guys have legions of fans. It's, and count me among them. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. So watch that on Netflix. Watch mine, Shorsey on Hulu, and Brian's on
Band-Aid, also on Hulu.
Also Hulu. Oh, that's right.
Oh, I can't wait to see Band-Aid. I didn't know it existed. That's great.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
This
You're gonna love it.
is what we like. Now, next week, look forward to 4 of us being here. Yes, that's right. Nicole will be done with her move to Missouri, and we'll be on the show doing Recommentals again. So
I
we're looking
can't
forward to
wait.
that.
I
Yeah, it's gonna be
love
great.
Nicole's take on whatever she's pushing.
Yeah, same. Even the drug she pushes, it's totally fine.
Totally.
They're all
Randy,
of high quality. It's true.
Randy Jordan, we'll see you this weekend on Film Sack. Oh, by the way, follow him on Twitter and stuff, Randy Deluxe, because that's where he'll post these movies. I'll also put him in the Discord, the Facebook group, everywhere else that matters.
And Patreon bonus episode.
Oh, yeah. Going up today, by the way, because it's the first. We do it on the first.
So excited about this.
Yeah,
it'll
be great.
I'm serious. I just realized, like, since we recorded this bonus episode for the Patreon, I've written down like 5 starts to the next one. Like I kind of need to talk to you guys because I can't wait to do another one. Like like let's revisit what we're doing here over the long term, because I am so freaking pumped right now.
Well, it's going to be great. You have 4 months to think about your next one. So
I don't want to. I'm saying let's keep talking. It's, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
it's
well,
so fun.
It'll be great. So check it out. Filmsack.com. Randy Jordan. We'll see you next time.
Oh, also.
See, he knows the joke, so he leans into it. See,
he's ready for it.
Yeah, he knows what's up. All right. Well, that was long.
That was. Holy cow! It's almost dinner time.
It's almost. Oh my gosh, my dog hasn't peed in 6 hours. Oh no, what am I gonna do? All right, that's it for the show. Big thanks everybody for being here. We'll be back tomorrow with Wendy and all the Thursday business. We'll have Read This with Amy and all the fun things we do on Thursdays. But you'll have to come to see it. Either be here live at 9 a.m. Mountain Time or check out the podcast after. And if you are so inclined, like Thomas Falk, you could join us on Patreon, patreon.com/TMS. He's our newest patron, and very nice to have him aboard. If you want to be like Thomas and find out all the good reasons why you should join, it's over at patreon.com/TMS. Everything else is at frogpants.com/TMS, except for the song Brian's about to play. Hey, Brian, what is that song you're about to play?
This song is going out to Chris with a K. Chris wrote in and said, "Dear Scotty Potty and Guy in the Booth, as another year passes, it's time for another request. Okay, I know I may not listen to this for another year as I'm already really far behind. I swore to myself that I will only listen to TMS while working. Don't worry, I'm caught up with Film Sack. That's right, I was off work for over a year and now finally starting to listen to you guys' shenanigans once again as I finally got a job designing again. So, Brian, to commemorate this and my birthday, can you please play any song by Ricky Jab? He's a great rock cover guy that I've found via TikTok and thought that the Tadpole would like as well. Once again, thank you, Scott and Brian, for the never-ending laughs. And also, Scott, never stop talking about Mad Max. It just never gets old. Signed, Chris.
Oh, thanks.
P.S. Can we vote on? No, I'm just kidding. P.S. Scott, can you play 5 random sound bites that are 1 second long each?
Oh, I totally can do that. Yeah. Is this the same guy that always asks us to do certain?
There's a few people who do that. As a matter of fact, there were multiple people on this day with birthdays that asked for that. So
weird. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's do. Okay, so second or less. That's the goal here.
Second or less.
Second or less. All right, here we go. And let's try. That's an image file. We'll not do that. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's Nick Cage saying, "Whoo."
Oh, I'm not hearing it through.
Oh, you don't hear it? Oh, I turned that off. Shit. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. My bad. Scott knew what he was doing.
Did the audience miss it too?
Yeah, they didn't hear it either. Okay, here you go. All right, that's Nick Cage.
Okay, good.
Go on. All right. Then we got this one. Me. Ah! That's me yelling loud.
Oh, jeez.
Here's a random one.
Hi, Birdum.
Oh, hey, Birdum's in there.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's 3. Let's do 2 more. Okay, a little burp, I guess, is what that was.
Sure.
And this. That says Herman Cain snort. I don't know what that is.
Oh.
He's not with us anymore,
Wow.
so I don't know what that is.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Ugh.
Yeah, enjoyed that.
All right. So Chris wanted to hear some Ricky Jab. I had a hard time finding Ricky Jab, and he actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, I noticed you haven't played my request yet. Is there an issue?" And like, yeah, I just couldn't find a song that wasn't super close to the original. Ricky Jab worked on a cover of Olivia Rodrigo's driver's license, and unfortunately it sounded too much like the original. But he pointed me to a great cover that is by Shane Orrock and Ricky Jab. It is a cover of Charlie Puth's Light Switch, but it's done in a J-Rock style, which I love anyway.
Oh yeah.
Here is Light Switch J-Rock version by Shane Orrock and Ricky Jab.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Hair of the dog that bit me.
Oh, Jack. I think that was Jack Nicholson, right?
Oh, probably. It sounded like him now that you say that. Yeah.
I think. Hold on.
Hair of the dog that bit me.
Yeah, that's got to be him.
Yeah, sounds like him.